Hinduism. Hinduism is one of the world's oldest religions, with a rich tapestry of beliefs, practices, and traditions. It is primarily practiced in India and Nepal, but has a significant following globally. The religion is characterized by a variety of philosophies, rituals, and cultural practices. Key features of Hinduism. 1. Diversity of beliefs. Hinduism encompasses a wide array of beliefs and practices. There is no singular dogma, and followers may worship different deities or adhere to various philosophies. 2. Sacred texts. Hinduism is based on several sacred texts, the most notable being the Vedas, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, and Puranas. These texts contain hymns, philosophies, and narratives that guide moral behavior and spiritual understanding. 3. Core concepts. Dharma, the moral law and duty that guides individual conduct in social order. Karma, the belief in cause and effect, where every action has consequences in this life or the next. Samsara, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, which is influenced by one's karma. Moksha, the ultimate goal of liberation from the cycle of samsara, achieving union with the divine. 4. Deities. Hinduism recognizes a multitude of gods and goddesses, with Brahman as the ultimate, formless reality. Main deities include Vishnu, Shiva, and Devi, among others, each representing different aspects of the divine. 5. Rituals and worship. Worship can take place in temples or at home and often involves offerings, prayers, and rituals. Festivals like Diwali and Holi are significant cultural and religious observances. 6. Caste system. Traditionally, society has been divided into various castes, which can affect social status and duties. The system has evolved and is now subject to social and political reforms. 7. Yoga and meditation. Practices of yoga and meditation are integral to Hindu spiritual life, promoting physical well-being and spiritual insight. 8. Philosophical schools. Various schools of thought exist, including Vedanta, Samkhya, and Yoga, each providing different interpretations of Hindu teachings. Hinduism's adaptability and emphasis on personal spiritual experience have allowed it to flourish and evolve over centuries, making it a complex and multifaceted belief system. Buddhism. Buddhism is a spiritual and philosophical tradition that originated in ancient India around the 5th to 4th century BCE, with the teachings of Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha, which means the enlightened one. It emphasizes the path to enlightenment through practices and beliefs aimed at overcoming suffering and the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth, samsara. The core tenets of Buddhism can be summarized in the Four Noble Truths. 1. The truth of suffering, dukkha. Life is inherently filled with suffering, dissatisfaction, and distress. 2. The truth of the cause of suffering, samudaya. Suffering is primarily caused by desire, attachment, and ignorance. 3. The truth of the cessation of suffering, nirodha. It is possible to end this suffering and achieve a state of peace known as nirvana. 4. The truth of the path to the cessation of suffering, magga. The way to overcome suffering is through the Eightfold Path. The Eightfold Path consists of 8 practices that guide individuals toward ethical conduct, mental discipline, and wisdom. 1. Right understanding, grasping the nature of reality and the path of transformation. 2. Right intent, cultivating positive intentions such as compassion and non-attachment. 3. Right speech, speaking truthfully and kindly. 4. Right action, engaging in ethical conduct, avoiding harm to others. 5. Right livelihood, choosing a profession that does not harm others and is ethically positive. 6. Right effort, cultivating positive states of mind and abandoning negative states. 7. Right mindfulness, developing awareness of the body, feelings, mind, and phenomena. 8. Right concentration, practicing meditation to deepen focus and insight. Buddhism is non-theistic and does not revolve around the worship of gods, instead focusing on personal spiritual development. It teaches concepts such as impermanence, anicca, non-self, anatta, and the interdependent nature of all phenomena. Buddhism has several major branches, including Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana, each with its unique practices and interpretations. Overall, Buddhism encourages a deep understanding of the self and the nature of existence, promoting compassion, ethical conduct, and mindfulness as pathways to liberation from suffering. Sikhism. Sikhism is a monotheistic religion that originated in the Punjab region of South Asia in the late 15th century. It was founded by Guru Nanak Dev Ji, the first of 10 Sikh gurus, and is based on his teachings and the teachings of his successors. Sikhism emphasizes the belief in one God, equality, community service, and justice. Central to Sikhism is the concept of the Guru, which means teacher or enlightener. Sikhs believe in the spiritual significance of the Guru, as they guide followers on their path to understanding God. The final Guru, Guru Gobind Singh Ji, established the Guru Granth Sahib, the holy scripture of Sikhism, as the eternal Guru after his death. This scripture contains hymns and writings that reflect the teachings and philosophies of the Gurus, along with those of other saints. The core tenets of Sikhism can be summarized in the following principles. 1. Oneness of God. Sikhs believe in a single, formless God, who is the same for all people regardless of their background. 2. Equality. Sikhism promotes the idea that all humans are equal, regardless of caste, gender, or social status. This belief is reflected in practices such as the langar, a communal meal served to everyone at gurdwaras, Sikh places of worship. 3. Selfless service. Seva. Sikhs are encouraged to participate in acts of service to others, particularly those in need. This is seen as a way to connect with God and the community. 4. Meditation and prayer. Regular recitation and meditation on God's name, Naam Japna, are essential practices for Sikhs, helping them to cultivate spirituality and focus on their faith. 5. Living an honest life. Sikhs are urged to earn a living through honest means and to share their earnings with others, embodying the principles of hard work and charity. 6. Rejection of superstitions. Sikhism teaches that superstitions and rituals have no place in the faith. Instead, it encourages a direct relationship with God through personal devotion and understanding. Sikhism also advocates for a just society and speaks against social injustice, oppression, and discrimination. Over the centuries, Sikhism has grown into a global faith, with millions of followers primarily residing in India and the diaspora communities around the world. The symbols of Sikhism, such as the Khanda, the emblem of Sikhism, and the 5 articles of faith known as the 5 Ks worn by baptized Sikhs, Kesh, uncut hair, Kara, a steel bracelet, Kanga, a wooden comb, Kachera, cotton undergarments, and Kirpan, a ceremonial sword, further reflect the values and identity of Sikhs. Overall, Sikhism promotes a path of devotion, ethical living, and community involvement, emphasizing love, compassion, and humility. Jainism. Jainism is an ancient Indian religion that emphasizes nonviolence, truth, and asceticism. It originated around the 6th century BCE alongside Buddhism, though its roots can be traced back further. The central tenet of Jainism is the concept of ahimsa, or nonviolence, which extends to all living beings. Jains believe that every living creature has a soul, and that harming them leads to negative karma. Jainism teaches that the ultimate goal of life is to achieve liberation, moksha, from the cycle of birth and death, samsara, through self-discipline, ethical conduct, and spiritual development. The path to liberation involves 3 jewels known as the 3 ratnas: right faith, right knowledge, and right conduct. Jains follow strict ethical guidelines, which include principles such as non-stealing, chastity, and non-attachment to material possessions. Many Jains are vegetarians or even vegan, reflecting their commitment to non-violence. The religion has 2 major sects, Digambara and Svetambara, which differ in certain practices and beliefs, particularly around the significance of ascetic practices and the role of women. Jain cosmology is also complex, depicting a universe that is eternal and made up of various realms inhabited by different forms of life. Jains worship a series of tirthankaras, or spiritual teachers, who have attained liberation and serve as guides for others. Jain temples are often elaborate, featuring intricate carvings and designs, and serve as places for worship, meditation, and community gathering. Festivals, such as Paryushana and Diwali, play an important role in the spiritual life of Jains, emphasizing reflection, forgiveness, and renewal. Overall, Jainism is a rich and profound tradition that promotes peace, reverence for life, and a path towards spiritual enlightenment through disciplined living. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching.